Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com here with a preview video for Twitch on next Tuesday. Join us live on Twitch. We're going to be brewing around an Artificer or Vedalken tribal deck. That will be for the Twitch Rogue Brew session, which we're going to start doing on Tuesdays. Going to try to be more streamlined with the Twitch. Also, I noticed that I'm allowed to do streaming on YouTube. As soon as I can start figuring out how to stream on YouTube, we might pick a day where we'll stream on YouTube as well. So this is just a little bit of a preview. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this hand. It seems okay. We need to draw in a few cards here, but the idea behind the Artificer deck is everything is going to be artifact and blue creatures for the Grand Architects. And then we're going to build this deck a lot like Merfolk, and you'll get to see the deck in the sideboard. You'll get a little bit of a sneak preview, but I don't want to give too much away. I want you to join me live on Twitch. So again, this is going to be a fast little video. Probably going to get beat by Zoo. This is anything but refined. We'll just play an island, pass a turn. And I need a quicker draw. Unfortunately, our deck is quite slower than Merfolk because a lot of our cards are 3 mana rather than 2. And then they need a bit of synergy between them to really shine. And so I can at least remand something next turn. If he doesn't, I have no clue why he wouldn't play something this turn though. And it's going to be an Eidolon of the Great Revel. That's going to hurt. Most of our things is over the converted mana cost 3. Another Metamorph though. We'll pass the turn. Remand's going to cost us 2 life. And Zoo, though, is just a rough matchup to begin with. This isn't something I wanted to see while testing a deck. So Goblin Guide. And I don't think we remand that, because they'll just recast it. And he gets in there for a ton of damage, though. I don't think I can do much. And the Adaptive Automaton is going to be quite weak. I mean, this is what it revealed. This is another way we... It gets a non-aggro deck, like a mid-range deck. This deck is going to shine. But Zoo... I think Zoo's a little bit even tough for Merfolk if it gets the jump like this particular hand did. And he's just going to suspend a Rift Bolt. So I can Metamorph on an Eidolon. I still don't think he kills himself that way. Speed 3. Yeah, we just die next turn no matter what we do. So I'm going to just concede. And we get the jump on him. Vapor Snags. We'll bring in the Wormcoil Engine. I probably should have more than one Wormcoil Engine in the deck. I don't think Spreading Seas or Spell Snare. Spreading Seas is kind of nice. We can lock him out. And it gives us something to do, but I don't think we bring in the Spell Guide as well. So you just get a little bit of a taste here of what this deck tries to accomplish. Remands are quite weak, even though that's one of our first turn plays. Obelisk Convert, I think I'm going to bring it in just because we want to get bigger than our opponent. And definitely going to submit this. We have Mainboard and Trinket Mages to also find those. And hopefully we get the jump on our opponent on this one. So Zoo, again, is a rough matchup, especially the first turn Wild Nacatl. We have no 1-drops besides Vapor Snags in the entire deck, which are just trying to slow down our opponent. So maybe I need to rethink the strategy with Spreading Seas main board and Vapor Snag main board, and just a way to slow down the opponent until we get our 2 and 3 drops out. But the point of this deck is, though, is it also might require a Aether Vial on first turn, but then that really just accelerates us. Not the greatest, because we need to get up to 4 ideally with the deck. 3 is okay as well. But if we can stabilize against the Zoo, all of our cards will be much bigger. So again, it's going to take a lot of tweaking, and that's why I highly suggest that you join us on Twitch at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday. That'll be Tuesday the... Let's pull up my calendar here. Tuesday, August 25th. And then we'll brew this deck together and see what we can come up with. It's when I tried a deck similar to this a while ago, not as many cards as we have now, it did run very much like Merfolk, but was slower because Merfolk's doing things on turn 2, and we really have to wait till turn 3 before we start going crazy. And a lot of Merfolk decks don't really have a 1-drop besides Curse Catcher, but many of those have been cutting them. So I guess I could clog up more of the 2-drop spot. Our 2-drop is pretty low. Yes, we like to play first. Keep this. It can slow him down. We have the Ethereal Sculptor. I like this hand. Wonder if he brings in like Shatterstorm and Ancient Grudge. That's another weakness to this deck. Thought about putting an Eldrazi Monument in this deck to give it Indestructible as a sideboard card against cards like the Ancient Grudge. But Eldrazi Monument does not give himself Indestructible, and therefore they just kill the Monument. So pass the turn. If he goes a first turn Nakata, we'll Vapor Snag it. And actually, this just like looks like it's Nakata Burn. Not necessarily Burn. I'd love to see a Goblin Guide, or a Zoo. So this gives me a Wild Nakata. And we'll Vapor Snag it back. No point playing around that. So we can throw out a Spell Guide. I think a Spell Guide is the right play, rather than Ethereum Sculptor. I think that we need more main-boarded Spell Guides. I sold mine when Modern Masters was coming out, thinking it would really make the price go down in Spell Guides. So I need to pick some more up for this particular deck. I think it works a lot better in this deck than possibly cards like or Spellskite and Merfolk. So Master of Ethereum can come out next turn. It'll make all our guys bigger. Again, we have to worry about Ancient Grudge. We'll absolutely block here. Well, you know, we'll let it go through. He could have a Lightning Bolt for the Spellskite. And we just need one more mana and we can get the Fairy Mechanist. But I think the Master of Ethereum is the way to go. Ancient Grudge is going to be our Bane of Existence here, if he has an Ancient Grudge. Highly doubt Burn runs it. They run like cards like Destructive Revelry. It's going to be Eidolon. Eidolon's going to be quite weak versus us. Alright, so there's an island. We could actually even play the Master of Ethereum for 2. It's just going to be a better card to throw out. Oh, that actually hits me. Yeah, because it reduces the cost. That's annoying. Attacking with the Sculptor. Get him down to an 11. Anything he casts will be. So he's going to have to bolt off a Master of Ethereum. Still don't think Mechanist was the right play there. Possibly it was. It would give us a blocker. Spellskite would be quite weak. Here I think I'll block the Nakata with a Master of Ethereum. I'm ahead in life total, so this is fine. So lightning bolt, he has to use a lightning bolt now on a spell skite, sure. And he has to use another one on a spell skite. Yep, 2 cards and that's 2 damage. And he loses... Okay, so he keeps his Nikotl that way, but I think I'm okay with that trade. So we're name Artificer with Caverns. We actually cast 2 Master of Ethereums here now, which is fine to take the 4 damage. Because we're far ahead at this point. And we should win this game. Took too much for him to... Oh, he's going to block with the Eidolon now. Smart, I guess. Did its job. Actually did a lot more damage. Did about equal... No, did 4 damage, or 6 damage to me and 4 damage to him. But 2 lightning bolts out of the way. Rift bolts he still can't cast. He can cast a Helix, so I don't think I block anything on this Wild Nikotl. In game 3, I think Spreading Seas might need to come in. He should cast another Eidolon. Well, now I know he can't attack in here. So Metamorph should just do it, right? Because he can only block... Let's see, if he blocks, then he takes 7. So he's swinging with everything, and he has to block one of them. If I Metamorph... for 4... I don't take any damage. I think that's the right thing, because this actually that reduces the cost, and so I'll still take damage. But I can Metamorph on a Master of Ethereum, and then they're 5s. And I don't know why this isn't triggering off the Eidolon now. Because it should. Yeah, that's weird, because that absolutely should. Converted mana cost 3 or less. Oh, converted mana cost does not... Okay. Yeah, it doesn't affect this cost up here. I don't know what... That should still... Because we were reducing it, and it should still read. Huh, that's weird. Maybe that's a bug. We'll go to the sideboard. Shackles actually does seem pretty good. I'm not quite sure that Shackles wants to be in here. Maybe we just take out like Brass Herald so we can keep the 1 in. I think Spreading Seas for Nikotl, just locking him out Spreading Seas does seem pretty good. And Spell Pierces can take care of, and Dispels. So I think that we need to go more of a... So what cards just die? Like Vedalken Engineers just die quickly. Treasure Mages get value, so we want to keep those in. Fairy Mechanists might just be too slow, but they get value. I think I'm going to cut the Mechanists. And maybe even the... No, I think we need the Adaptive Automatons. Obelisk of Ur just seems overkill in here. maybe we should just not even rely on too many spreading seas. I don't think that you can go wrong with too many spreading seas, though. I guess shackles can come out. I don't think it's the greatest. I mean, it can lock them out as a thing. And maybe just the Herald is too tough. I want to keep one in. I'll cut another Mechanist. And Cure the Glass Spinner actually seems better than a Mechanist. I'll submit this. But once again, this list is anything but fine-tuned. I don't think I can keep a Vapor Snag and a Kira. I don't know. It's not terrible, though. I'm going to go ahead and keep it. We need some luck here. It's not the worst hand, by all means, just because the Kira is that powerful. And a Vapor Snag's good, too. I just hate to see, like, a Goblin Guide. See, Nakado's not a threat with a Copperline Gorge. He needs to now go get the Sacred Foundry. And there's a Wormcoil engine. Now we just need to stall for a Wormcoil. And there is the Sacred Foundry. So see how he's idle on again. He'll attack and we'll Vapor Snag this back. Prevented 3 damage. And he'll recast the Wild Nacatl. Mutavault's okay, but I think we'll just go another island. We need some help. I need a 3-drop besides Kara. A 2-drop with a would have really worked there. We might just get steamrolled. He might be mana flooded though. Wow. He's waiting for some like bolts. Spreading Seas I don't think is as powerful. Well, Spreading Seas is fine actually. Other than he goes and gets Blessing Mire for another Sacred Foundry. If he even has one. So is that just better than a... I think it is. Better than Akira. Slows down in the Coddle. Even if it's by 1 damage. Alright, so it appears my opponent is disconnected. Yeah, he's disconnected from the game, so I apologize for not seeing what would have happened here. But we will play more on Tuesday. Join us Tuesday on Twitch TV. Just search Rogue Deck Builder. I think it's just Twitch/Rogue Deck Builder. And we will try to fine tune this deck. I know it's going to require a lot more spell guides, that's for sure. Anyway, this has been Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.